One of the final puzzle pieces in the 2023 F1 driver market has now fallen into place with the announcement of Haas's lineup. Nico Hulkenberg makes his full-time return to Formula 1 after 2 years away from the sport, thus in turn replacing Mick Schumacher at the American team. A fan favorite and one of the more experienced F1 racers, Hulkenberg is a welcome addition to the F1 grid and a valuable asset for Haas alongside fellow veteran Kevin Magnussen. Despite the excitement of Hulken back in 2023, many are left sad and disappointed that Mick Schumacher is seemingly left without a seat for next season. Did he deserve his demotion at Haas? And was this the right move for the team considering Hulkenberg's status in his career? Well, we're going to dive deep into the numbers behind Mick's 2022 season and look at some of the factors that led to this decision. Mick Schumacher entered Formula 1 in 2021 with a massive amount of hype and expectation thanks to his family name. It wasn't an easy start to life in F1, however, as he had the task of making the most out of the worst car on the grid that year. A VF21 machine that was unpredictable and difficult to drive led to some big crashes and plenty of finishes at the back of the grid. But the young Schumacher did manage to show some promise at certain points in the 2021 season, and he easily beat his teammate throughout the year, which is all anyone could have asked for considering the circumstances. When looking at the German's F1 career, 2021 can be almost considered a write-off, which is why this season is more measurable. Enter 2022. An improved car and a massively improved new teammate was exactly the test Schumacher needed to show what he can do in Formula 1. His teammate Kevin Magnussen stole the headlines early in the season with a stellar P5 return in Bahrain and a P4 in qualifying for Imola. What looked like a team who was ready to return to the upper echelon of the midfield, Haas slowly started to fall back throughout 2022 and have only managed 3-point scores in the last 11 races. So with that in mind, let's look at the head-to-head between Schumacher and Magnussen throughout 20 races so far this season. When we look at their season numbers, they are almost even in many statistical categories. Both drivers have an average finishing position of 14th, with Schumacher's best result coming in Austria with a 6th place. Magnussen's average qualifying start is 2 positions higher at 12th, and this is helped by his recent shock pole position at Interlagos. Mick has 1 less DNF, and Magnussen has scored 13 more points than Schumacher this season. Both drivers are evenly matched when it comes to race results, but the biggest gap is in their qualifying performances. Magnussen leads the quali head-to-head 16-5 and outpaces his teammate by an average of 0.5 of a second. This lineup for Haas has them sitting 8th in the Constructors' Championship, 2 points ahead of AlphaTauri, with 1 more race remaining this season. Now that you've seen the numbers behind Schumacher's 2022 season so far, do you think he deserved to lose his seat at the team? There are 2 ways to look at this question. Firstly, we have to conclude the driver replacing Schumacher is of a higher quality with valuable Grand Prix experience. Hulkenberg is a very quick driver, but his technical knowledge and feedback is what makes him so valuable and a trait that has been applauded throughout his career. An older driver who can put in consistent performances, as well as helping the team with development, gives Haas the stability that they always preferred. On the flip side, however, you have to ask whether hiring a 35 and soon-to-be 36-year-old driver is the right move for the future, and whether Schumacher's season was actually that bad. Since Haas's debut in F1, they've always favored older and experienced Grand Prix drivers to race for them. 2021 was the first season in which they had a rookie in their car, let alone 2, so the move to sign Hulkenberg shouldn't come as a big surprise. Haas believe they will get an upgrade in terms of a driver, and Hulkenberg also checks their commercial boxes, with Nico being German as well, so it's a good deal for their sponsors. But was Schumacher's season so poor that he should have been dropped by the team? The simple answer to that is no. Although he had 2 big crashes this year and some up and down performances, he's had a lot of solid drives and has achieved career bests in both qualifying and the races. And despite the qualifying gap, He's more than held his own against Magnussen, and with a little more luck going the German's way, he might have been on par with his teammate in the points column. In only his second season of Formula 1, Schumacher has done enough to show that he deserves a place on the grid. As throughout his single-seater career has shown, he always improves year after year despite starting off slowly. He might not have deserved to lose his seat at Haas, but at the same time you can understand why Hulkenberg was such an attractive option for the team. Schumacher's environment at Haas was also probably not the best for a driver just starting his F1 career, but for many, he showed enough potential and skill that should have warranted a third season with Haas. With the way the silly season shaped up this year, Schumacher has become the odd man out with not many options left to remain on the grid for 2023. Unless Williams' driver plans fall through with Logan Sargent, it looks as if we won't see the Schumacher name on the grid next season. So what do you think of Haas signing Nico Hulkenberg, and do you think Schumacher deserved to lose his seat at the team? Let us know in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed the video, share it, leave it a like, and subscribe to the channel.